Hello YouTube, it's been a while. I haven't posted a video in a while, and especially the last 2 weeks. I went down to Hilton Head Island for what I thought was going to be 5 days of work, and while I was down there, my transmission on the truck gave up the ghost, and I needed a new one, so I was stuck down there on an unintentional working trip for just over 2 weeks instead of 5 days. So everything here has been a bit neglected in that time, obviously, and it looks very jungly. We had rain and warm weather and stuff has just grown and gotten out of hand everywhere. I'm already planning my next trip down to Hilton Head. I've got a boat there with a bummed fuel tank that needs the fuel pumped out of it, so I organized some barrels yesterday that I'm taking down with me to fill up with diesel. The tank is half full, just under half full, and it's a 500-gallon tank, so with 6 of those 55-gallon jobbies I should be good. So I'm taking the trailer down with me on this trip. I've got some other stuff to throw in there. I need to take a pressure washer and a welder and all sorts of stuff on this trip. But look at this lot, man. There's a whole bunch of firewood in that pile there somewhere. I still have to split, and the weeds have just grown through it. So yeah, that's when I get back. I'm leaving again in 3 days, and I'm just putting out fires right now here. Just getting water back up to our cistern next to the boat there. Hello, Ellie. And stuff like that. Just getting. I mowed up around the boat. I'm doing this lot when I come back because it's just getting too much. Otherwise I won't. I've still got a couple of things to fix, a water pump and a fridge that I've got to take back down with me, that I brought up with me as homework kind of deal. But look at that lot. The corn is in 2 weeks. This all of this just exploded, including the weeds. I missed laying the corn by. I thought I'd do that when I get home after my 4 days or 5 days in Hilton Head, and and it just exploded. So the laying by this year is not going to happen. I threw some fertilizer around, and that's about it. I missed my bean harvest, unfortunately, which is not too bad. I can live with that because the beans have turned yellow, and there's tons of them on there, but they are now ripe. So what I do is I leave them to ripen for another couple of 3 days, and then I pick them, and we shall use them for leather bridges. Dry them and use them whole, dried, and then cook them up with salted pork and stuff, and get that. There's some other beans behind there, lima beans. They might still come okay, but yeah, 2 weeks away, and that did me in. The weeds and stuff, it's crazy how that stuff is all grown. I picked a bunch of berries yesterday, so we had homemade wineberry and blackberry ice cream last night after dinner, which was wonderful. But yeah. So when I get back from the next trip, I'm going to be down in Hilton Head for about 8 days. I've got to deliver a boat from St. Augustine back to Hilton Head. I've got that diesel tank to sort out and weld. I've got that fridge needs to be put back in. I've got a couple of AC systems that I need to fix. Some electrical stuff. Network on a boat, NEMA 2000 and Sea-Talk NG that I need to sort out. And yeah, that'll take me about 8 days, and then I'll come back. And then when I come back, I'm going to be here for probably 2 weeks or so, and then I can get a handle on this lot. And I think as I'm going down in 3, so that's 12 days from now, I'll be back here, and I think I can then harvest a bunch of corn in 12 days, I would think. And then I'm going to can a lot for us, and I'm going to freeze a bunch, and I'm going to leave some on the cob and just let it ripen and dry, and use that for the geese and stuff. So we'll see. I mean, now that it's beginning to fill out, I suspect that raccoons and deer and stuff are going to get interested in it at some point, and they're going to take their fair share. But heck, there's only 2 of us, so for 2 people that should be enough to get us through the year with canned corn and eat a bunch of it fresh. So yeah, what do you think, kids? You silly people. Right, let's go back, and then I've got to tie down those barrels in the trailer so they don't hop out when I take the thing with me. And I've got to fix the fridge and other stuff. I'll show you up at the compound in a minute. Our chicks have grown. Our Jersey Giants are not quite so tiny anymore, and the geese are doing well. And yeah, it's boy, when you're away for 2 weeks, things change. I mean, quick. So I'll show you up there in a minute when I get these kids back in. Ellie has gone. She can't be out without being tied up because she's got a new sport, and that's chasing the geese around, and they hate it. So until she quits that, she's got to be on a long leash in the garden. Finnegan is okay. He's a good boy. He doesn't chase anything that is of ours, apart from the orange cat. When it's under the bird feeder, then I get him to chase the cat. But other than that, he's good outside with the rest of the gang. This playful puppy, however, 120-pound puppy. Ellie. So, yeah. Okie doke, I shall see you in a second. So yeah, back at the compound with Mr. Finnegan on the loose and Miss Ellie tied up so she doesn't get into any mischief. Right, Ellie? You can't get into mischief like that, can you? And there's our Jersey Giants. There's three girls and a boy. They've grown a lot in the last 2 weeks. It's crazy. And the garden has exploded. We got more squash than you want to shake a stick at. I had a couple of handfuls of some mystery seeds, and I just dished one stripe down at the food plot, and I just threw them in there. So we've got, I don't know, I think 50 some squash plants of different kinds and things. But yeah, we got loads of them in here, tomatoes and stuff. Here's the chicken garden. And where's all the rest of the crew, the geese and things. Well, I can hear Rupert. We got rid of Barney. He's found a new home because he was getting quite aggressive with everybody. So we still have Rupert over there. Where is he? Yeah, our first rooster. He's almost a year old now. Thank you, Rupert. Nice one. And there's the goosies. They have grown up a lot in those 2 weeks as well. Oh, here we go. Flight training. Yeah, boy, when you're not here for 2 weeks, things change in a big way. Really, really quick. There's the truck that was sickly for 2 weeks. I've got a beefed up suspension in to match the beefed up engine. And yeah. And new tires a couple of weeks back or 3 weeks back as well. So it costs a fair chunk of money. So some of the projects this summer are going to be on a back burner because put the money into that. And I've got to work a little bit more, I guess. So, but stuff happens, right? Here's our supposedly lawnmowers. They don't do that good of a job of mowing the lawn, so I still have to find one of those things, push around thing for the piece of grass that we got here. Not worth getting a ride on for, but it'll be easier than using the bush hog all the time and the weed whacker. Just use the weed whacker around the edges kind of deal and use a push mower for the rest. Right, Finn, are we going to go back inside now? Daddy's going to have a coffee and then he's going to fix the fridge. And you can go back to sleep then for a little while. Is that okay with you? Huh? Yeah, can we do that? Okay. So I'll see you guys later. Funny thing is, she doesn't bother with the chickens. They walk all over her and she ignores them. But the geese, I don't know what it is about geese. She loves chasing them. So until that is out of her, when she gets a little bit more mature and less playful, she just has to stay on the long leash back here when she's outside. But we just went for a walk, so she'll just probably doze for a while. Right, Miss Ellie? Yeah.